All right, I think we are live now. Let's see who's joined in. Don't know, the lighting's a little bit bad in here. Let's see if you guys can comment in the comment section that everybody can hear me good, just like a thumbs up or something. Let's see if I close that door. All right, we got a hey. All right, so we can hear me. Cool. Yeah, sorry, we're gonna kind of like take it as it comes. This is the first time I've done a live stream on YouTube. I wanted to do it on my phone, but apparently my phone doesn't support the software, so I don't know what's happening. But yeah, we're gonna give it a few minutes just so that everybody can join and see. You guys excited? All right. The camera on my notebook is not the best. So we're gonna be here in my home gym. I'm one of the lucky ones that actually have a home gym. Let me show you guys just a little bit. So we got rotation, treadmill, gymnastic rings, rubber floor, some weights, barbell, dumbbell, kettlebells. If I turn around, got a squat rack and one of these asshole bikes. So that's kind of the setup that I have at home. All right, let's put this down. Let's see. What's the time now? 3 minutes. Let's give it another minute or so, and then we can get started. All right. Wait, I gotta show you one thing. I gotta show you the legends against my wall. These are some of my legends. One of the greatest Japanese gymnasts. Phenomenal. Miguel Santana, he's currently in Bali or Australia, I forgot. And then we got, I think you guys know who this is. Comment, who's this? Who's that stranger over there? So kind of just like idols, you know, idols. All right, let's see. Okay, we got, was it 26 people on? Okay, if you guys can't hear me, just comment and I should be able to see it for if we fall off or drop off or something. Internet looks fine, battery is fine, it's plugged in, but then yeah. Okay, so let's get started. So today what we're gonna do is we're going to do a very basic hand balance session. You know, this is the start. If I get a nice, good response on this, I want to start doing these things kind of regularly, you know, doing mobility classes and kind of venturing into the world of, you know, physiotherapy as well, how to do some injury rehabilitation, conditioning stuff, conditioning workouts, specific strength elements, how to get stronger, specific weightlifting. So if this is something you guys want to see in the future, then comment or send me a message or subscribe. I'd love to get this to 1,000 subs. I'm starting off with this whole YouTube thing. I'd like to get, you know, the numbers up to reach more people. So you guys can help me with that. Okay, let's get going. So before we start, you're gonna need one thing. You can either find a towel or a PVC pipe or a broomstick. So I have that here, just a small one, small pipe, get yourself one. Doesn't need to be complicated. You can also use a small little towel for it. Let me just clean the screen. Okay. Oh, that's a bit better. Yeah. Okay, so let's start off. Start off with some wrist rolls. Elbows together, and you want to do a figure of 8. Just nice and easy. We just want to move the elbows through as much as we can. You know, and it doesn't need to be super fast. Just get them warm. In my gym now, or my home gym, it's probably around, I think, 10 degrees. So it's not crazy hot. I don't know what's happening with the weather in Europe. 2 days ago, it was snowing in Luxembourg. Then yesterday, I think it was snowing in Berlin. And today it's super cold here. The wind is blowing. So I think the weather is also affected by the virus that we can't name. Okay, change direction. Other direction. I must be honest, cleaning the camera actually made a big difference. I should remember that in the future. Okay, guys, and this is going to be kind of like, I'm just going to take it as it comes, you know, it's not really massively set up or studioed or everything. It's just kind of like we take it as it comes. Okay, good. Stretch it open. What I want you to do is grab your thumb on the outside, and then put the back of the other thumb on the wrist. And then I want you to pull it up and bring it out. So again, thumb out to the side, grab it from the back, put your other thumb on the wrist, rotate and pull it. And hold this just for a few seconds. Let's do 10 more seconds. 1, 2, give it a little rotation. 8, hey flow, 9, 10. Let's do the other side. Open up, nice little rotation. Another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's roll again. Get some blood into that area, heat it up nicely. Change direction. All right. So let me stand up. It's just going to go in the front here. Okay. And just keep swinging until I stop. So keep swinging, keep swinging. And don't control it too much. Just think about there's like a ball at the end of the arm, and it's just kind of like going to go around, and the ball is going to pull you. Direction change. Okay, let's do other arm. Choose a direction, still keep it in the front. Change direction. All right, now both together. We want to get the shoulders as warm as possible, especially because we're going to be on them quite a lot now. Well, I already trained this morning, which was fun. Change direction. And again, don't try to control it too much, just kind of let it swing, let it go forward. Okay, one arm goes down, one arm goes up, and you want to try to extend up and back, okay? Don't do this too hard, but you want to try to reach up every time. So on the side, it looks like this, and not so much that. Up, reaching up every time. should put a little bit of music on. Keep doing this, keep doing this. I'm just gonna put on some music. Just a little bit. Doom, 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 doom. All right. All right. Okay, shoulders getting a little bit more loose. We're gonna come back to the floor here. Okay, warm up the wrists. So what I want you to do now is put your wrists completely flat on the floor. You want to try to get the whole surface of the hand flat on the floor. So don't cup, don't lift up, don't curl the fingers in like that. Keep it flat as much as possible. A little loud. Okay, so completely flat. And I want you to do circles over the hand, keeping completely flat. And as you go forwards, you press with the first two knuckles here into the floor. And as you come backwards, you move the weight backwards a little bit. Do 3 more. Good. 2 more. Last one, change direction. Keeping contact with those two knuckles on the floor the entire time. Can you guys hear the music? I don't want it to be too loud. Okay. Hands forward, hands back, forward and back. And just keep going through it. And it's okay in the beginning if you don't have the flexibility to just do this, to bend your arms. It's totally fine. Try to increase that range a little bit as we go through it. So forward, backwards, forward and backwards. Hey, Michael, thanks. All right, now let's go side and back. Side, back. Side, back. Let's do 5 more. Good. 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, good. So we're slowly getting there. I want to do a good warm-up just because for some people, warm-up is incredibly important and you can't do anything in balancing without that. Okay, warm up the elbow, full extension, bring the elbow inside, hold on, and you want to turn or pronate at the bottom. Supinate, pronate, and just go through that. All right, we got, what, 41 people online? Let's hope more will join. Thanks to everybody that spread and reposted the, I don't know, the post on Instagram. I really appreciate it. All right, let's do other arm. What about? Okay, back to the other one again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. The side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Strength. Make these boys strong because hand balancing is a lot about balancing on the wrists and the hands, and it's just like your calves, it needs to be really, really strong. So back again, this position here, all fours. Let me turn to the side. All fours. Hand completely flat on the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to raise up on the first knuckle. Some of you will be too stiff in the fingers, and this will happen. I don't want this to happen. Keep this first knuckle here. This first knuckle, keep this on the floor. So even if it means that you go up a little bit less, that's okay. But don't lift up into the fingertips yet. Okay? And we're gonna do, let's do 30 reps. Okay? 1, control. 2, 3, 4, 5. Control it all the way down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Good. Okay, now turn the hands over to the outside. Like I said, if you need to bend your arms a little bit because of mobility, it's okay, don't worry. You know, we'll get there, we'll get there. Rome wasn't built in one day. And what I want to see is slight bend, and as you come up, you roll onto a fist position, and then we go back down again. We're going to do 20 of these. And don't worry about putting all your weight on that, especially in the beginning. You just want to go through the movement a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. From here, keep it in a fist position, and you want to tilt it forward and backward. Forward, backward. Forward, back. We're going to do 10 of them. Let's do 7 more. 6, 2, and last one. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30. Outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Back. 2, back. 3, back. 4, 5, 6, back. 7, back. 8, back. 9, 10, and back. All right, that's a wrist, a little bit warmer. I personally do this every single hand balance session. I need to keep these things pre-head as much as possible because my own training is kind of 100%, well, 95% at the moment, just hand balancing. Grab your towel or your PVC or your broomstick or your vacuum cleaner pole or whatever you have. We're going to use this now. Okay. I'm just going to give you guys a couple of seconds to get it. Okay, so a couple of terminologies we got to go through. When we look at the hips, we got two types of movements we're going to talk about. The one is an anterior pelvic tilt. So this is kind of like where you push your bum out. And the other one is where you tuck your bum in. This is called a posterior tilt or PPT. For the handstand, we're going to be using that posterior tilt. So kind of like think of a bowl of water. If you tilt the water backwards, the water will run out. This is what we want to do. We want to take the bowl and tilt the water backwards. So imagine our pelvis is the bowl and we want to tilt the water backwards. It's not bending the knees, it's keeping the legs straight, but it's from here tilting the hips backwards. So this is the position I want you to have on the floor. And then we're going to use the PVC. Okay. So we're going to be in this position here, flat on the floor. I think everybody can see me. Yeah. See my feet. My feet stay flat on the floor. My thighs stay flat on the floor. My chest stays flat on the floor. My chin is going to be on the floor, touching the floor. And my hips are going to be in a posterior tilt. This looks like this. So have a look first. We're not going to start yet, but have a look first at what I'm looking for. So from here, hips are still on the floor, but chest is still on the floor. So I want that position, chin on the floor, down, and then we're going to do small little raises with our arms, lifting the PVC or the towel off the floor. The grip that I want you guys to take is going to be a shoulder width grip, not a man shoulder width grip, a shoulder width grip right here. If you look down and you look up, my arms are parallel, okay? This is more or less a thumb distance apart. So if you want to make it easy, take your towel, take your two thumbs and spread it apart. Arms stay completely locked. All right, let's go. Down on the floor, into a posterior tilt in the hips, keep the chin down, and we're going to do 20 raises. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Okay, some of you will find this extremely hard because of your mobility in your shoulder. But I promise you, even doing a contraction on it while you're not even moving off the floor is still good and it's still going to change your mobility. Okay, you can couple this with some hanging. Most of you probably had a door where you can hang or stuff like that. We're not going to do that now. You can do that throughout the week or whenever you have time. We're going to do 20 more. Okay, so get your grip on the floor. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. So this is the 20 on your own pace. Here we go. And relax. All right, that was the second set. One more to go. Hey, CrossFit Westpac. Who else is there? Who's from Germany? Anybody from Germany here? I think people are too. Oh, there we go. Berlin. Vienna Starship. Hey, how you guys doing? Hope everybody's safe. Everybody's good. Hey, Lana. Yeah, the world is chaotic at the moment, but it's so interesting for me how we're so strong as a community, making these online things, supporting each other. CrossFit HQ supporting us now on the CrossFit. It's incredible. It's incredible. And mostly where people go, yeah, I can exercise at home, but it's much better exercising with my friends and working out, with somebody else that's suffering with me. Please stay down. Let's go for quality this time. Here we go. All right. Hey, Lucky. How are things in Hotbag? All right. So you guys should be a little bit warmer in this back area here, especially the middle trapezius and the lower trapezius. When you're gonna do your handstand, and we're gonna be against the wall for most of the time, it's important for me that you should feel the tension in this area here. This is where most of the stabilization are going to be happening. So when you push, you should really try to feel it in that area and not just in the front and the rear, the front of the delt. So we need to really push into that position. Okay. I think it's time we go up against the wall, not waste any time, go up into that first handstand. So I hope everybody's got a clear, space that they won't fall over, or somebody's gonna open up the door if you're gonna do the door. Make sure the door is locked. But let's. Okay, I can bring this down. You can see here against the wall where somebody's been doing handstands, but it's okay. One of my teachers always said, let them dirty the walls. So I dirty my own walls. All right, can you guys see that? Got this tank of an asshole bike. Okay, so I want us to do a handstand, belly to wall or wall facing handstand. And the way that we do that is just by walking up backwards onto the wall. So we start off in a push-up position. And then from here, put your foot up, back, and start walking up onto the wall. And I want you to walk up to try to get where you're comfortable at the moment. Okay, so don't want to go too close to the wall, you don't want to be too far away. Just go to where you're comfortable at the moment. And we're gonna do very short, let's do 20 seconds. Okay? 20 seconds. I hope everybody was okay with that. Okay, so let's start correcting things now. So a couple of things that we want to look out for in doing it is You want to have a position like this when you're upside down. This is where your shoulders want to be. If you're here, you're going to have a tough time. You really need to think about pushing as high as you can. So think about really shrugging as much as you can so your scapula can move up. So that's one thing I want you to focus on. If you go upside down now again, really push. Push really hard, because I can guarantee you, if you guys push to 100%, you're probably only going to be there about 30%. You have to push incredibly hard. The second thing to concentrate on is this tilt with the hips that we just did on the floor. So only those two things. I don't want to overcoach. We're going to go up, upside down again. We're going to do 20 seconds again. We're going to do the first, we're really going to push. And the second concentration, we're going to keep the hips back. Okay, here we go, 20 seconds again. So if you're comfortable in cartwheeling up or getting up any other way, then do it. But the safest way is reversing up. Let's go, 20 seconds. Here we go. And come on. I think there was more or less 20. So the hardest thing is counting for yourself when you're upside down. Well, it is for me. Time seems to be going slower in the world of upside down than it does in the normal world. Gravity also seems to be much heavier there. Okay, so we worked on those two things. The first thing we worked on, really elevating, is called scapular elevation. The second thing is that posterior, more like 2 minutes, yeah. The last thing is that when you go close to the wall, try to get your wrists to be as close to the wall as possible. Obviously, you can't be right against the wall. Then you have to have crazy wrist strength, but you want to be relatively close so that you can be in a straight line. So again, don't want to overcoach, but scapular elevation, posterior tilt, be as close to the wall as possible, and the only thing touching the wall, the toes. 20 seconds, again, here we go. All right. Okay, I think everybody was good at that. We're almost finished with the warm-up, guys, to start working on the main stuff. I like putting on nice and relaxing music when I hand balance, something to kind of like, I don't know, clear the mind. Hand balancing on side trance and techno, and it just gets your heart racing really fast. That's the type of music for nice barbell cycling. Okay, we're gonna go for a little bit longer holds now. And don't think about anything else, what you want to do, or come off the wall or go in free balance. We're still just warming up this. I know it's been 40 minutes, but trust me when we're still warming up, because the main work on hand balancing is very short towards preparation and getting really good at the basics, because the more solid you are in the basics, the better you are in everything else. This is mistakes I've made in the past and learned from it. So we're gonna go 40 seconds now, 40 seconds hold. And it's okay if you can't hold, don't hurt yourself, but go a little bit longer than you just did. Nothing maximal, but something that's going to start challenging you a little bit more. So if that's 30 seconds for you, then go for 30 seconds. If it's 15 seconds even, go for 15 seconds. But let's build up and try to build up a little bit of endurance. We're gonna do 2 of these holds. So we're gonna do 40 seconds, come down, 40 seconds, come down. And for those of you powerhouses out there, you can do. Here we go. I'm gonna try to count actually. Right, here we go, and start. All right. So who did more than 30 seconds? Comment quickly. We're gonna rest now and have a little bit of a rest. So you can comment who did more than 30 seconds. We're gonna rest another 20 seconds. 40, good. Okay, so those of you who did more than 30 seconds now, good stuff. Nice, Manuel, good job. Okay, so now, next concentration. So most of you did more than 40, good job. Next concentration, instead of going here for the handstand, here, extremely close to each other. And for those of you who are really, you know, the powerhouses here, I want you to touch your thumbs on each other. So same position, still looking at the floor, but this time your thumbs are going to touch. You have to push harder in the shoulder now, because if you don't, your shoulders are going to track forward and they're going to drop and it's going to be very hard. Okay, here we go. Thumbs touching, I'm also going to touch. It's a little bit harder. Not crazy amount, but a little bit. I fell in love. Shit. I fell in love with this Zero Fit 8. It's so good. It's so good. And now I spilled on myself. That's okay. Rihanna and handstands. Okay. So while you guys type in who did more in the scores, I'm going to explain what we're going to do next. We're going to do, I call it heel pulls. So in this, you're going to be with your backside against the wall, and you want to keep the body as straight as possible and not break in the midline, meaning the core arching your back, anything like that. You want to push with your fingers, and especially these two first knuckles here. So contact should be here and here. And that's where you want to push into the floor to lift yourself away from the wall. Don't go too far away from the wall now. If your bum touches the wall a little bit, that's okay. But I really want you to focus on keeping everything really tight, really straight, pushing with the fingers, and then coming 1 centimeter off the wall and going back. If you fall completely off, that's okay. Kick up back, get back on the wall. Let's do 5 reps, very controlled. And remember what I said, that if you're 1 millimeter off the wall, You're in free balance. All you need to do then is stop the pushing in your fingers, and then you'll fall back to the wall. If you fall all the way down, just kick back up. So on your own pace, accumulate 5 reps for me. That means if you push off and you fall off, that's the first rep. But try to do the 5 without coming off the wall. Here we go. So if you want to have a look first how it looks, let me see if I can move just a little bit here. Is that better for you guys? Okay. So I'm against the wall here. I'm tight, looking at the floor, pushing with the fingers. I'm off, and I'm back. 2, back. 3, back. Let me move this bike a little bit. Okay, that should be better. I think the light might be a bit better as well. Cheers, Flo. Enjoy. See you next time. All right, let's do it again. 5 reps again. Here we go. Up. Everything really tight. And 1, back. 2, back. 3, back. 4, back. 5, back. Good. All right, who found that hard? Who found it hard? Comment quickly. Second round was better. It kind of happens like that, to be honest. I can't remember who was it that said it. I think it was a Russian hand balancer that said, they asked him how much rest should you take between sets, and he said as short as possible, because as soon as you go up for the very subjective. I think it depends on person to person, very bad. Sometimes I just have nothing left in the shoulders and in the back to actually hold it. Yeah, it's hard balancing here. This is one of my biggest issues and one of my biggest problems is that I overbalance with my fingers a lot, which means, you know, I don't get a full hand on the floor, this full palm, which for me is very, very bad. It's a lot of work. I've been trying to correct that for probably the last, I want to say year, probably the last year. A big focus of mine is just to correct that position, you know. And I have this cupping thing that if I start going on one arm, I cup, and this is not good. That's why from the start, try to get it good at all. Yeah, it helped to push with the second, third knuckle. Yeah, power's going. Yeah. Okay, let's do another round. If you can now, for the ones that are a little bit better, if you can now, when you come off the wall, try to stay 1-2 seconds, then go back. The ones that cannot, it's still perfect, just going off, going back, going off, going back, learning that rebalance. If you can stay 1 or 2 seconds, go for it. Okay, maybe on the first set, or maybe on the first rep or the second rep, and then after that it's just pulls, but try to overload it a little bit. Okay, here we go. Last one. All right. My belly hanging out there from the last one. Hey, Thorsten, you're welcome, man. All right. So that when you're in that position, you go into free balance and back, into free balance and back, and not leaning on the wall and just doing that. You're looking to really, really push, have the hips over the shoulder, over the hand, and then moving the legs. Okay, so first have a look at what I'm doing, and then after that, I'm gonna get you guys to go, right? So I come a little bit away from the wall now. I'm tight, I'm pushing, hands are flat. I try to move away so that I feel in balance. Bring the legs together, change. Bring the legs together, change. What I do not want to see is this. Okay, so push, bum above, leg above. I feel like I'm going to balance, change. Feel like I'm going to balance, change. Okay, so I'm constantly always pushing, pushing, pushing really, really hard. Okay, let's do between 30 to 40 seconds of movement. It might be fast, it might be slow. I would like it to be slow, but if you're unconditioned in this, it's going to be a little bit faster. But try to move constantly, controlled, don't rush for 30 to 40 seconds in it. Okay, let's go now. I think that was about 30, 40 seconds. Yeah, the cupping thing. So here's what I've been doing. I've been using hand balance blocks. You can use yoga blocks. You can use the end of plates, weightlifting plates, if they're the flat ones. And you go into a small little crow pose. And instead of having the fingers on the plate fully, you have only the hand of the plate like this, but don't grip the plate or the block. Have your fingers open. And that teaches you to start pushing with this. It's hard as hell, okay? For me in the beginning, it was extremely hard. I couldn't hold a crow pose, but it gets stronger and it starts developing. The thing is that you have completely different muscles controlling this and this than you have controlling that. Okay, there's shitloads of muscles in the forearm here, and they all do different functions in synergism. So it might be that you're really strong in the fingers, but not so much in the ones at the back, which need to do this. Okay, you just need to develop it over and over. Okay, we're gonna go again, 30 to 40 seconds, let's go. Remember to push, remember to elevate. All right. Yeah, if you guys got questions, just fire them away. I'll try to answer them best as possible. Okay, we're gonna move. What are the chances if you easily not being so on the overside or heel side? It's gonna help you to build that confidence. Fear is a big thing for people when the hand balance going upside down, you know, and it's the same thing. You just got to do it over and over and over to get much better at it. Okay, without more rest, third set, here we go. Same thing again. Remember to elevate, really push. All right. That was the last of that. We're gonna do one more exercise. Lucky, I need to come and get some more. I don't know how, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Bahar. Don't worry if you're lame. It takes time. It takes time, you know, just you gotta do it over and over, and it's okay to make mistakes, you know, but you're gonna get better at it. You just gotta put work into it. I always say that I'm on this journey of hand balancing, and it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. Harder than my whole 16-year gymnastics career. It's tough. Like the pursuit of where I want to go with the hand balancing, it's really tough. So I feel you, man. I'm in the same situation. Any skill work like this is extremely hard. Extremely. Okay, have a look at the next one. This is going to be a tuck handstand, and this is going to be the last one we do, and it's going to be an endurance hold. For some of you, the endurance hold is going to be very short. We're going to do 2 sets of it. Your aim is to have your shoulder directly over your hand and to have your knees as low down into your chest as possible. And we're going to hold that position. Don't lean into the wall too much. Try to be on top of the hands, on top of that base of support. So first have a look of how it looks, and then we're going to do it together, okay? So again, into a handstand position. Right, I come a little bit away from the wall here. I'm in a tight position. I bring my knees to the wall. I push, and I come down and I hold. I don't want to be here, and I don't want to be here. I don't want to lean into the wall. I want to be in a small position, in a tuck, and then push. So you're going to kind of want to be in this small, have a hard time, and you're going to feel like you want to fall forward on your head. So if you think you're going to fall, maybe get a pillow or a cushion or something in front of your head so that you don't hurt yourself. Okay? We're only going to do 2 rounds. Let's see who can hold. Let's go hard. 30 seconds. Okay? 30 seconds, 2 rounds. All right, that's the first 30 seconds. Might have been a little bit fast. We rest a little bit, and then we do the last one. Tonight. I hope everybody's kind of self-isolating themselves, being at home. We still have so many people on the streets here. It's unbelievable. I don't know why people do this. But anyway, okay, we got one more left. I don't want us to rest too much. Scapulas are burning. Yes, good. And now really, this round, focus on those scapulas. I'm going to do this freestanding for this round, just because I can. And I want you guys to stay on the wall. All right, here we go. Last 30 seconds. All right. So we're going to cool down a little bit. Our cool down is going to be one round of the wrist warm up we did in the beginning. So we're going to do 30 of this, 20 of this, and 10 of this as a cool down, just to cool down the wrists and get them stronger for a little bit of conditioning work. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here we go. Wrist rocks. 1, back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming online. Thanks for spending this little bit of time to me. If you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it so much if you subscribe somewhere. I don't know where. I'd love to build this channel up a little bit. If you guys want to see me do more of this, I love that. I'm more than happy to do more of it. please comment after the video. Spread the word as much as you can. If you want to tag me on Insta, explore the movement. And I really, really appreciate it. Stay safe, guys. Don't kill each other in the house, please. Support each other. My previous post, what I said about mental health is really important. Try to stay busy. Try to keep the community strong and respect each other.